Hi there, my name is Bernardo. When people ask you, how do you play the piano? I bet they're not expecting you to answer like, I play with my feet. But guess what? If you do not play the piano also with your feet, you're not really playing it right. Today, we will talk about an often neglected part of piano playing. We'll talk about pedals. What are the pedals? Well, the easiest way to answer that is to look under the piano and see. Whew. So pedals are those shiny things or not so shiny things under the piano. You should have 3 of them down here. Some pianos have 1, some pianos have 2, but normally you should have 3 of them. Okay. Pedals are a very intricate part of piano playing. Besides some few exceptions, you must use them to play almost any piece. And before you even think about doing that snarky, funny comment, yes, you can play Bach with pedal. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at you. So, since you use your feet to play the pedals, we can only pedal with your feet, right? Well, actually, no. You can pedal with your hands too. But let's talk about that later. First, we need to know how they work and how to use them. As I mentioned, we have normally 3 pedals. The right one is one that's more familiar to anyone. It's called the sustain pedal or the damper pedal. It has its name because it sustains the sound after you press it. Here is how the mechanism works. On a piano, all the strings have dampers. Well, some of the top ones don't need that. So when you play a note and you hold it, that damper lets the string vibrate. Just that one. When you press the pedal, all dampers are lifted. So every single string is free to vibrate. Even the ones you don't use that time. That can create a lot of really cool effects. The right pedal can be used to connect notes, to help with legato, with crescendo, with accents, creating some cool effects, to blend harmonies, and even to create an eerie atmosphere. Look at this. The left pedal, or soft pedal, is also known as una corda. When you press it, the entire mechanism of the piano, all the keys, they shift to the right. And with it, all the hammers as well. Look at this. So instead of hitting the 3 strings, the hammers only hit 1. Hence the name una corda, which means 1 string. That is why when you press that pedal, and you play, the sound gets a little softer. You're not, after all, using all the strings to play the piano. On a vertical piano, the left pedal works in a similar way. Instead of shifting everything to the right, when you press the left pedal, the entire mechanism is pushed forward. So the hammers have a much less space to gain momentum to play loud. The middle pedal. The middle pedal is normally a mystery. Many people never used it or know why it is there. Well, the name is sostenuto pedal, but in different pianos, it might have a different function. Okay? Some grand pianos, the middle pedal only lifts the bass dampers, just like the right pedal, but just for the bass. In some vertical pianos, it's different. On a vertical piano, the middle pedal has a different function. On a vertical piano, when you press the middle pedal, look what happens. A felt drops between the hammers and the strings. You can lock it in place, and it's called the practice pedal. So when you play the piano at night, you don't disturb your neighbors. The main use for the middle pedal is to sustain individual notes. When you press it, only the dampers of those specific notes stay up. Everything else stays down. Like this. As we talked before, the right pedal lifts all the dampers. The middle pedal works differently. If you play one note, and then you put the pedal, only that damper will be lifted. All the other ones are still down. With the right pedal, everything. Middle pedal, just that one stays. And you can use that for every single key that has a damper. For example, chords. It's a little tricky to master the technique because if you press the left pedal at the same time you play the notes, it will not work. You have to press the notes first, release the dampers, and then put the pedal. Pedal, and then you're safe. Now you might think, oh, I'm never going to use this pedal, this middle pedal, I'm never going to use it. But one perfect example for the use of the middle pedal is a very famous piece that you probably know, Clair de Lune by Debussy. And now that you know how every single pedal works, you might ask, can we use them at the same time? Yes, you can. You're gonna have to press two pedals with one foot, but you can. Normally we do like this. You can use the right foot and those guys here. And one final thought here. I always tell my students, you do not play the pedal with your feet. You actually play it with your ear. Use your ear to apply the pedal. Now let's talk about that question I promised from the beginning of the video. Can we pedal using our hands? Yes, but not by reaching down and trying to press the pedals with our hands. Remember, pedaling in most cases is to let the notes sustain longer by releasing their dampers. We can use finger pedals as well. You just have to know how to hold the notes down. Now here is one of my favorite pieces of music and completely based on finger pedal.